Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interactions. We have the 2020 feature, sports with Brian Camp, and entertainment news with DJ Pete. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Well, TGIF, here we are. Thank God it's Friday, and it came so fast. It only seems like yesterday was a Friday before that, but here we are, another Friday. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and I am going to be with you for a whole full hour. We're here every Friday morning at this time. We get together each week. We gather around the breakfast table or wherever you hang out, maybe at the water cooler. Talk about all kinds of things. Well, we can talk it over with you right here as well. And if you're here for the first time, we'd like you to know that in conjunction with being here each Friday and intermingle with everyone else, you could be part of the action too. And this is how we do it. We open up the show, and me as the host, of course, I will go out the conversation, get things rolling. And in between all of that time, you can chime in as well. All you have to do is use your keyboard, whether it's on your cell phone, whether it's on your computer or your tablet. We're right there with you, and all you have to do is just type it in, let your fingers do the walking, and I will see you right there on the big screen. That's all you have to do. And those of you who have been around with us for quite a while, you already know the protocol, and we invite you to stay with us, invite your family and friends in, and let them be part of the action as well. Now, we want you to know we come from 3 different places. We're broadcasting on 3 different places, so you can choose your poison. Either it's Facebook Live, YouTube, or Instagram. We're here live with you, and we're going to talk to you right through the whole entire hour. And for those of you who are watching us on Facebook, take the time right now to tag your friends, tag this show to them, and they'll see that information come up as they pop up. It's kind of a signal to let them know that it came from you, and you can click on, or they can click on to that notification, and it'll bring them directly to us. They will see you, they'll see me, they'll see all of us here, and we can all talk together and interact. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we always, as usual, encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's all you have to do. And once you subscribe to that, that will give you the information on when we are on the air live. Pop up, and you'll get that notification. And even if we post a photo or a video, that information will pop up, and you'll see it all. All you have to do is just click right onto that information, because, it tells you, and it tells you the facts. And then when you see that, a lot of people don't realize that, when we come on the show, we don't expect everyone to remember. So therefore, what happens is that when you get that notification, you'll see it right away. Oh, he's on the air. I forgot all about it. I'm going to go right there, click it on, and it takes you directly to us. That's all it takes. And if you're watching us on Instagram, of course, we just urge you to keep following us and telling your friends about us, and let everybody know that we're on the air. Remember, all of the opinions and the views expressed on this show, the Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinions of the people on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any other social media outlet or radio publication anywhere, or any kind of broadcast publication. So with that in mind, we thank you so much for being along with us. And as usual, we're going to raise our cups, our glasses, whatever your pleasure is. And excuse me while I shoot up. What would the Coffee Hour be without a little coffee, right? It all intermingles together. The Coffee Hour right here. Now, a lot of you are working right now, probably. If you're in the same time zone I am, because I'm always Eastern, so it's after 10 o'clock in the morning here. And if you happen to be in the same time zone, and maybe you're even in another time zone and you're still working, well, you may get that coffee break. If you get that coffee break, which sometimes in the case of a coffee break, it could be around 15 minutes. We urge you to take that 15 minutes of that coffee break, sit at your desk, and just watch the show and sip your coffee at the same time to enjoy it. And then when your coffee break is over, well, all you have to do is just stay put at your computer and enjoy the show and still sip your coffee. And that's what we call multitasking. You can work and watch the show at the same time. So it's all here, and you're there, I'm here, and everyone's here together. And we thank you so much for being along with us. We got a lot of things to talk about today. As you already know, this week has been a busy week as far as the news is concerned. Now, we're not a news program. We just kind of like entertain you a little bit, but we throw in a few bits of news, also sports, which reminds me to tell you that not too far away, in just about a minute or so, Brian Camp will be here, and he's got the latest developments in today's world of sports. We link up with him. He's coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and we link up with him. You'll get a chance to meet him and see him, and he'll give us all that sports information. And we had a great day on the sports front. Baseball is back. We'll be talking about that and all sorts of things like that. And also later on in the program, as usually, Brian has the 2020 feature. It usually comes on 20 minutes past the hour. But I think he's going to come in a little earlier. He mentioned that he wanted to come in a little earlier. So we're going to do that. And DJ P comes in usually 20 to the hour with his part of the feature, the second part of the 2020 feature. And he will bring you entertainment. All kinds of entertainment, news, entertainment, and reciting all of those birthdays of people of notoriety, people who are celebrating birthdays this week of people of notoriety. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to chime in, we always ask you to do this. We always ask you to do this. We always ask you to give us your weather forecast. Now, a lot of people, they come in and they want to talk. And again, we're always glad to hear from you. I love to greet you personally. And that's why we have this live show. So I can greet you personally. I'm not a hard guy to get along with. And then, and you could talk to us. But if you're going to come in, we ask you. It's not mandatory, but we do ask you as a favor to us. It's not a hard favor. Give us your weather forecast. Let us know what it's like in your area. It doesn't have to be a full weather forecast, but sort of like a kind of a ballpark figure of what your weather is like wherever you are. And you may be different in a different time zone, in a different country, in a different city somewhere. And we would love to hear that. Now, those of you who are living in the New York area or in the vicinity of the New York City area, don't talk about that. Don't worry about that. Maybe if you're upstate somewhere, because the weather could be different from where we are in the city. I will take care of the New York weather for you. And this way it allows you to dodge the bullet, right? That's what happens. You dodge the bullet right there. So we have all of that. And also later on in the program, as usual, before the end of the program, we have those great movies that you love so much. It's always my pick of the week, of movies that I think you might enjoy directly from Turner Classic Movies. I know you love those classic movies, and we have quite a few of them to convey to you today. So we'll do that later on in the program. It's always my pick. And if you do something on the weekend, something special, but you want to make sure that part of your weekend contains watching or catching up on movies that you haven't seen in a while, well, I have my picks for you. Maybe these picks that I have for you, maybe you'll be interested in them. Well, that's all coming up later on in the program. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, excuse me while I shoot up. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the midst of Women's History Month. Okay, now this is the last day, the very last day of March. March Madness is all over. This is the 31st of March, the very last day. Tomorrow, we'll all be fools on April the 1st. That's tomorrow, all right? And I don't know if any of us could dodge that. None of us could dodge that one, like it or not. It's going to be here. But this is the last day of part of Women's History Month, and it's been quite a celebration. There were quite a great TV programs and a lot of programs paying homage to women and what they've done in the past, because they have come a long way. So this is the last day of Women's History Month. Now you may say, okay, something that maybe that's something that could be celebrated every day. And it's true. You can celebrate it every day. It's just that they pick a particular month for that, and then they move right along. But we always salute our women. I always give them that double salute. You always salute with your right hand, right? But we're going to use the left hand as well. As a matter of fact, we're going to use both hands. So to salute all of you women who have done marvelous things over the years and did a lot of things for this country and a lot of things for society, and a lot of women doing their own thing, right? They're owning businesses. They have people working for them instead of them working for other people. Women are working jobs that used to only apply to men. You know, it's no longer that anymore. You know, women work in the construction field too. You know, whether it's outdoors, actually getting down and dirty, or maybe behind the scenes, mapping out certain things or designing certain things. There are women who drive buses and subways and do all sorts of things, right? They have all of those things. So, so again, we salute all of you women for being around with us. And again, for the last time, we wish you a happy Women's History Month. We want to say prayers going out to Pope Francis. I haven't heard any more about this, but you know, earlier this week, he was admitted to the hospital. Pope Francis had problems breathing. I don't know if it's a respiratory problem. I guess when it comes to breathing, I think it's respiratory, right? That would be considered respiratory. However, he's in the hospital recovering, and I haven't heard any more about it since he went in there. So the thing I see is no news is good news. So hopefully he's well on the way to recovery and making good progress and all of that. So there you have all of that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, if you'd like to get in touch with us live, we're here. We're here. You can talk to us live. So I just want to wave to all of you people who are just out there being idle. And if you don't want to talk, that's good. But I just want to say to you, hello, thank you so much. Everyone there on Facebook, everyone on YouTube, and everyone on Instagram, thank you so much. And for the rest of you, again, if you're joining in, please feel free to comment and give us your weather forecast. And I'm going to give you mine right now. For those of you who are in the New York area, again, you have dodged the bullet. So I will take the time out to give you my weather forecast. And what we have today, well, let's see. The weather forecast on temperature today is 45 degrees. That's what we have presently right now, 45 degrees. And I'm going to tell you something. We are officially in the spring months. We're officially into spring now, officially. Now that depends on where you are. Now, some places, they have a high elevation of temperatures, which makes it feel like spring, and in some cases, summer. I know Brian was telling me that there were days when the temperatures would climb up to 70s and the 80s. So, you know, that's pretty good weather, you know, just shift some of it over here. But we had pretty warm weather at one point, not the kind of weather where you actually want to come out of your coats just yet. But I would say it's somewhere in the 60s. And over the weekend, we're going to go into the 60s. We'll tell you more about that weather. But right now, the weather forecast is like this. This is Friday, so we're going to have partly cloudy skies, or should I say mainly cloudy skies. I say partly cloudy because the sun at this particular time is making a peekaboo appearance. Comes in and out, but for the most part, it's going to be cloudy, and we'll have a high around 52 degrees. Winds will be south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. For tonight, cloudy skies with occasional rain. It's going to be late at night, though, and we'll have a low near 50 degrees. Winds will be south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 90%. Now, we're looking for more baseball here in New York City. I don't know if it's going to happen in view of what we have here. Rain and scattered thunderstorms for Saturday in the afternoon, and we'll have storms may consist or contain strong gusty winds, and we'll have a high around 68 degrees. Winds will be south-southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain will be 90% for Saturday night. Thunderstorms in the evening will give way to partly cloudy skies overnight. Storms may contain or consist of strong gusty winds. Once again, we'll have a low around 39 degrees, and winds will be west at 10 to 20 miles per hour, and chance of rain will be 60%. So that's a pretty half chance. of rain, okay? And as we wrap up our weekend and we get ready to go back to the grind, but we relax on Sundays. A lot of us like to do that. Just relax on Sunday, take it easy. It's going to be partly cloudy. We'll have a high near 50 degrees and winds will be northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So we repeat, our current temperature is now, it's 45 degrees outdoors. And we look forward to that rain. So if you're living in the New York area, make sure you have your umbrellas ready and just make sure that you're all set in that department because we're going to get a lot of rain. And again, Sunday around 68 degrees. So the temperatures keep going up. And I'm just waiting for the part of real spring to come around when temperatures really get warm and we could all go outside and do outdoor things. That's my thing, outdoor things. And a lot of people will be doing that. I want to say hello to all of you guys out there. I see more people coming in. They're just jumping in there on Instagram. So I want to say hi to all of you guys out there. Peace sign to you and love, peace, and happiness to all of you guys out there. Thank you so much for being along with us. We're still waiting for Brian. I thought Brian was going to be here. He told me that he was going to be here 5 minutes past the hour. Maybe he changed his mind because it's like a quarter after the hour right now, 15 minutes past the hour if you're just joining us. And hopefully he'll be along here pretty soon. Brian is very good about coming in, doing his thing. So there must be something going on where it's delaying him for whatever reason, but we'll find out later. If not, if we don't hear from him around, let's say in 5 minutes or so, then we'll pick up the phone and find out what the deal is. But we'll keep moving along and keep the show rolling as we go along. And we already are saying our prayers for the Pope, and we hope he's doing better. But you know something too, with the next item that I'm about to talk about, we're going to go beyond prayers and thoughts. Now, I'm pretty sure, not pretty sure, but I am positively sure that you've heard about the mass shooting that took place this week. And these are the shootings that just keep happening over and over and over again. This mass shooting situation, it happened in I guess, kind of a church setting. Happened in a church setting. I think it was a religious school. Anyway, it was in Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee, 3 children were shot and killed. 3. And one of the children was the daughter of a minister in that school. And so, and all 3 children were only 9 years old. So you had 3 children that were killed and 3 adults that were killed. And one was a substitute teacher, one was a custodian. I think the other one was a teacher as well. I'm not sure, I can't remember. But there were 3 adults and 3 children. And, you know, I could never imagine or even fathom the thought, my son or my daughter, you know, in a situation like that. You'll never know unless it happens to you. When it hits home and it hits hard. And it hit hard for these people. People are looking to, you know, just not actually looking forward to it, but they're getting set to they bury their loved ones who are no longer here with us. Now, we can't understand this, why it happens, but it's just happening too many times, and it's happening too often. And according to the Gun Violent Archives, there are 100 this year, and tomorrow is April. We're coming to the 4th month of the year, and there have been 130 mass shootings in the United States thus far. 130 shootings. Mass shootings in the United States, and we're only coming up to the 4th month in this year. That's a lot of shootings. That's too many. One shooting is too many shootings. And it's been going on and on and on and on and on. And it brings back to the subject of these weapons that they're using that have been never used before. These are weapons they use in the military. So what happened, the the shooter, who happens to be a female, or if you will, a transgender, went into this building. And by the way, she was carrying she had 7 guns, maybe not in her possession. Maybe she had one that she was toting and then another one in her car and the other 6 in her car. But she was walking around with 7 guns. 7 guns, that's a lot of guns. For what? But she's carrying this AR-15 rifle. And this AR-15 rifle is military. This is military. This is the kind of weaponry where you're going to fire, you're going to make sure you spray people. You're going to make sure you get people with this gun. That's what this gun is made for. And they use it. And you wonder how people get a hold of these guns. And it's so far, it's been tragic. So they're getting ready to bury their loved ones. And all of these mass shootings, they just have to stop. And how does it stop? Well, we have to look upon the politicians, government to jump in. But, you know, a lot of them are saying, well, there's nothing we can do. Have you heard this story? There's nothing we can do. It's a mass shooting and there's nothing we can do. And the reason why they're saying this, because they're so afraid that their guns are going to be taken from them. Now, granted, a lot of people own guns. A lot of people, you know, own guns, and that's what the Second Amendment is all about, the right to bear arms. And a lot of people own guns, and they're feeling that, you know, these guns are going to be taken away from them. No, they're not asking that. Only we asking is for gun control. Gun control. A lot of people are buying guns. It's just like you can go into a store and buy candy. People are buying guns like they're going into a candy store to buy candy. And everywhere you go, everyone is toting. Everyone is toting a gun. Now, a lot of times people buy guns and a lot of times these people are not registered. These guns are not registered. People don't look for background checks or mental examinations or anything like that. Nothing, no proof, no ID. Just walk right in and just pick your choice. Pick your choice of gun, take it home, and good luck to you. And that's where we are now. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what they call a gun culture. It truly is. It's a gun culture. And we have to take charge of that. And so therefore the politicians have to listen. And if you have the attitude of saying, you know, there's nothing more we can do, then I have no use for you. And you shouldn't be put into office at any particular point. We're going to talk more about that and other things too, of course. But right now we're going to go over to Charlotte, North Carolina, because Brian Camp is over there. At the same hour. I thought, Brian, I thought you were to come in early.
I thought so too, until, you know, I was stuck in a meeting and things got a little haywire here. And I was able to get out and come out on the 10:20 slot. So my apologies. I know everybody all over America is waiting for me to come on.
Oh yeah.
Yours surely is here. So thank you for your patience and everything.
They were waiting with bated breath. Everybody was waiting but they said, what happened? Where is he? You know, there he is, right there.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here through storms, snowstorms, tornadoes. Hope that never happened, but I'm here though.
I see you got a lot of dark clouds behind you.
It's cloudy, it's overcast, and it's cool too. So it's gonna be it's not gonna be that much of a warm day. It's gonna be 71 degrees. That's gonna be the high, and but it's cloudy right now. The sun is supposed to peek out though. Yeah, the sun is supposed to peek out.
Well,
but good morning.
Shift some of that sunshine over here. We could use it.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fair trade.
Okay.
Well, good morning to you and everybody out there. It is like I said, it is right now is 60 degrees out here in the Queen City of Charlotte. And it's overcast, but pleasant day so far, pleasant day. So, but in the world of sports, let me tell you, baseball is back. Major League Baseball is back at its best. And I know a lot of people don't like to go through the spring training and all that other stuff. But the transitions here where everybody's here to start. My San Francisco Giants marched into New York City, marched to the Bronx, and only to lose on opening day to your New York Yankees 5-0. But it's only game one. We still got 161 more games left. They will resume their 3-game series starting tomorrow. Today they got the day off. The reason why they got the day off because usually around this time of the year, they don't want to put back-to-back games together because in case of there's a rain. But it just so happened yesterday in the Bronx, even though it was chilly, but it was a nice day, and they was able to play baseball. So yesterday also marked the first time since 1968 that all Major League Baseball teams played on opening day. You don't get that too often. It wasn't much of a game on my end, but the Yankees did win 5-0. Aaron Judge did hit his first home run of the year. He started off where he picked off from last year. So congratulations to your New York Yankees. My San Francisco Giants is not expected to really make a lot of noise, but we're a scrappy team and we're going to do well. So if you want to know about your other teams, check your local listings and find out their schedules and your results for what happened for opening day. March Madness continues. Yes, 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 yes. The women's and the men's side is all set for the women tonight. It's going to be LSU and Virginia Tech. That tip-off is at 7 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, Iowa versus South Carolina. South Carolina is trying to make history as being another undefeated season to win another championship. This will be their back-to-back, and they'll be their third overall. So that game, like I said, is set for 9 o'clock. All the games on ESPN, and then on Sunday, the championship game. So we're all set. For the men's side, a lot of Cinderella teams in the Final Four. That starts tomorrow on Saturday at 6 o'clock. Florida Atlantic versus San Diego State. That first game is at 6 o'clock. The second game is at 8:45. Miami versus UConn. Both games is on CBS. Championship game will be on Monday, April 3rd. So you got a lot of nice games coming up. The NBA playoffs is getting tighter. Not the playoffs, but the regular season. They're jockeying for positions for a better seeding. And so it's going to be a fun weekend of baseball and basketball and college basketball. So you can't go wrong. If you got nothing else to do, stay home. Me, I stay home. I enjoy myself, and I sit back. Tempted to put on the smoker this weekend, but I'm giving a little rest until the holy season is coming along, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. Then you'll know more about me on the smoker. This day in sports, March 31st, 1973, Muhammad Ali suffers a broken jaw by Ken Norton in a split decision loss in San Diego, California. Ali did come back and win the rematch. I believe that fight was at Yankee Stadium for the rematch. So that was a very good fight. Both of them was controversial decisions. It was split decision. 1994, Chicago White Sox assigned Michael Jordan to the Birmingham Barons of Class AA, only to return to the NBA for 1 year later, which he did come back and won another three-peat for the Chicago Bulls. Birthdays. This day, 1878, Jack Johnson, first African-American world heavyweight champion, was born in Galveston, Texas. 1950, Ed Marinaro, NFL running back and actor, was born in New York City, New York. 1962, John Taylor, NFL wide receiver and 3-time Super Bowl winner, was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And in 1969, Steve Smith, NBA guard, born in Highfield Park, Michigan. And I got a movie for you all, a documentary. So on Prime Video, I hope that you all get a chance to view it. It's about Reggie Jackson. It's Reggie Jackson, his documentary. It's a lot of people have mixed reactions with Reggie Jackson. He's a little cocky, he's this and that. But you know what? He's telling his story. He faced some tough times faced some racism, but he fought back. He didn't fight back physically, but he fought back on the field to shut his critics up. So be sure to watch that. There's another one. There's another movie coming out called Air. I forgot the exact title, but it's Air. It's called with Michael. It's about Michael Jordan. It's about the sneaker, the brand of sneaker, which he has made billions of dollars. He didn't make his billions in basketball. He made his billions in other aspects off the court. But his number one love, his number one baby, is his Jordan shoe brand. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports. On a chilly, overcast day here in the Queen City.
I got to come up with some kind of sportswear or something, because I'm the only one not in the $1 billion bracket. You are in the $1 billion bracket. Pete is in the $1 billion bracket, and I'm the only one that's not in the $1 billion bracket.
I'm in a $1 billion bracket only in my dreams. So, I mean, I wish that I could just stay in my dream and accomplish what I need to catch. But no, I don't have billions. I wouldn't even have millions.
I got to tell you something. I don't know. Be honest with you. I think I'm good where I am now, because I don't know if I want to know what a billionaire is like or what a millionaire. I don't know if I want to know that.
No, well, you know what I would like to do? I'd like to get a large set of money, a large sum of money, and just pay all my bills. And, and just go on a cruise. Every 4 months or so, and just relax
comfortably. I want to live comfortably, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to have. Not listen. If it happens, I'm not going to sneeze on it. But I don't know if I really want to know what it's like to be a billionaire, because those guys have problems.
Yeah,
they have problems, and I mean, every day on TV. I mean, everybody says, "Oh, they got millions." They don't billions. They don't have to worry about anything. But there are worries. I mean, you got if you invade your taxes, things like that, and a lot of people, let's face it, are so cocky enough to say, well, no, I'm making billions, so I don't have to pay taxes. And later on in the long run, they're like really high in debt. And that's it,
Well, the famous rapper Biggie Smalls once said, more money, more problems.
Yeah. I concur with that. I concur with that. I'm not doing bad at all. I'm not doing bad at all. I wake up in the morning.
Exactly.
And I'm breathing and I'm in good health. And I never miss a meal.
That's it.
So
that's it. I totally agree with you on that. You're right about that. Yes.
Look, if I run into that kind of money, I wouldn't know what to do with that kind of money anyway. I mean, I would take care of myself and then possibly.
I would invest.
Yeah, I would invest too. Yeah. And then maybe invest in others and invest in family and things like that. But in the meantime, because I don't like, when tax time come around, everybody knows, and this is tax time now.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
April 15th is the deadline. This is tax time now, and people want to make sure they get it out of the way. So when you have taxes due and you know that you have to pay a certain amount of money, you want to get it out of. I don't like owing anyone anything. As soon as the rent comes in, the money goes right to them. As soon as it comes in, the money goes right to them. I don't want to owe anyone anything. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
I saw an article not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, where there's a cruise line that's offering people to pay, I forgot how much it was like $70,000 to be on a cruise ship for 3 years, nonstop. I said, wow, that is tempting. 3 years on a cruise ship, nonstop. So that's something I would flirt. If I had the money, I would flirt with the idea. I'm not going to say I would do it. I would definitely flirt around with the idea of it.
Yeah. I mean, you just want to be comfortable enough to say, hey, something at the spur of the moment, sometimes people do things on impulse. Sometimes I like to do things on impulse. And I say, oh, something, I think I'm going to book me a flight somewhere and stay for a couple of weeks. Just that comfortable. Because you
No, and no news media, no nothing.
no
I
no.
would just give a select few people my telephone number of where I'm at
Yeah,
in case of an emergency only. You call
yeah,
me.
that's right.
That's it.
That's right. But I'm waking up now. I was dreaming for a minute, but I'm up now. I'm back. Okay, Brian, I guess we'll catch you back here next week.
Everybody enjoy your weekend and watch these games on for this weekend. I've already got everything set up, so everybody most of all be safe and enjoy the weekend.
All right, you enjoy that smoker, but you're giving that a rest this weekend, right? That
I'm
smoke.
giving a rest, right? I'm giving a rest.
All right, well, you have a good one, whatever you do. Take care.
Take care.
I was Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports. As always, sports update, and of course, he's always with us at this time. He's always with us too when we do Talk Back Live on Thursday night, and so we thank him for that. And that's part of the 2020 feature. It just worked out that way. 20 past the hour and 20 to the hour. DJ Pete will be here. He's in the wings, and he's going to come up with his part of the show, his part of the 2020 feature. And of course, he's got entertainment news, and we'll be reciting all of those birthdays of people of notoriety who are celebrating birthdays, that is. And just in case you're just joining us, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. Frank Allan with you, and we're going to be here till the top of the hour. And again, those of you who are watching us on Facebook, take the opportunity right now, while we have some of the show left, to tag your friends, tag this show to your friends right now, who's ever left. We would love to have them aboard with us. They don't know about us, and we want them to get to know us. And when they see that information coming from you, of course, they'll see that notification, and then what they'll do, they take their mouse and they click on to that, and it'll bring them directly to us. They'll see you, they'll see me, and the rest of us, and we'll have a good conversation. And if you want to join in conversation, if you have anything in particular that you want to talk about that we haven't covered, or you would like us to cover, we're always open. I always listen. I like to listen to people. Always open, and we like to listen to what you have to say. So we have that. And again, for all of you who are watching us on YouTube, I always encourage you to click onto my YouTube channel and subscribe to it. That button right there you see there, if you're watching on YouTube, take your mouse and click onto it. That'll put you right in the middle of everything. This way, you'll get a chance to know when we come on live, or if we post a photo or a video, you get notification. And by the way, you don't have to pay for anything. No. All you have to do is just click on to subscribe, and that puts you as a full-fledged member to all of us, and a total connection to all of us right here as we do the show for you each week. And you don't have to have a doctor's note or a note from your parents, unless, of course, you're under 18. You know, you want your parents to monitor you if you're under 18. But we try to keep this as a family show. No matter how old you are, we like to keep it as a family show. We don't do like some of the other shows do, a lot of cursing and all of that. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. We might do it behind the scenes, but we don't do we don't do it here. But we just like we enjoy the presence of your company each week, and so we want to have you along with us. Later on, we're going to talk more about things, and as I said earlier, we have those movies that I'm going to talk to you about. Those movies direct from Turner Classic Movies. It's going to be all of my picks of the week, and I have quite a few of them I want to convey to you before the show is over. So this way, whatever you do over the weekend and you want more to do, and one of the things that you may want to do is catch up on some movies that you haven't seen in a long time. Well, I have some picks that I want to add to your bucket list of movies to watch. And it's going to be a long weekend. And as Brian said, the baseball season is back. We're going to enjoy baseball. Now, here in New York, I mean, every team played yesterday. Here in New York, I can't speak for the other cities or the other baseball teams, but I don't know about the Giants and the Yankees are off today. And I am not quite so sure that they're going to play tomorrow. I already told you what the weather is going to be. They're looking for a lot of rain. So we're going to have to keep our fingers crossed and see. But the Yankees are troopers. They're troopers. And of course, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, of course. And as I said, as baseball comes back, everybody's rooting for their team. And we're not going to go ahead of ourselves, but we're going to see who makes the World Series coming up this year. But in the meantime, I am looking forward to that and a whole lot of things. And I also mentioned too that as the summer rolls along and spring and the weather gets better and better and better, hopefully we may be doing some live broadcasting on location, like Coney Island or something. We haven't thought about that. We'll let you know more about that if we decide to have that materialize. How about that? Okay, is that okay with you? Okay. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's kick it off. Let's go to Portland, Maine. A long trip from Charlotte, North Carolina to Portland, Maine. That's a long trip, but we made it. And DJ Peter's here with the is part of the 2020 feature as usual, 22 the hour, and he have information on entertainment news and reciting all of those birthdays of notoriety. Pete, are you there? I know you're. Oh, there you go.
Hey, here we are.
There he is live. Why?
Sound is working, video's working.
How do you do what you do?
I don't know.
I was ready for you. I'm sorry I didn't return your email.
That's all right. That's all right.
I was ready for you, but how do you do what you do?
It was a quick doctor's appointment I had this morning. I just wanted to check on something. And I got back early. I'm like, oh, hey, I should jump right in on this. So here I am.
Man, you're a better man than I am.
Yeah, I didn't expect it, but
did he give you any Novocaine or anything?
Yeah.
Oh man. Well,
no. Everything's good. Everything's good.
Oh, okay.
So here's what I got for this week in entertainment world. Born March 26, 1944, is Diana Ross, American singer, actress, rose to fame as a lead singer of the group The Supremes. Became Motown's most successful act during the 1960s. Let's see. We have also Janice Martin, born March 27th, 1940. I think I got to meet her once a long time ago. American rockabilly and country singer, one of the few women working in the music industry in the 1950s. They nicknamed her the female Elvis because of her style of music there. Janice Martin, check her out, her music here. Robert Gordon, let's see, March 29th, 1947, American rockabilly singer, part of the rockabilly revival world. Here, along with Brian Setzer and the Stray Cats and bands like that. Had a lot of great tunes. He was greatly inspired by Elvis's Heartbreak Hotel and took a lot of influence from Eddie Cochran and Gene Vincent. I got to meet Robert once at a rock and roll festival. Great guy, a lot of great music. One of his famous tunes is his version of an old 50s tune by Billy Lee Riley called Flying Saucer Rock and Roll, which is based off of all the 1950s sci-fi movies that you would see in the 50s there. We're going to move on a little bit here to Moon Mulligan. Well, that was his stage name. His real name was Aubrey Wilson Mulligan. Born March 29th, 1909, king of the hillbilly piano players, American country western singer, songwriter, influenced a lot by the rockabilly sound. And Jerry Lee Lewis said he was one of the most influential singing and piano players of his time also. He had a lot of great tunes like Mr. Cotton Picker. What else does he have here?
7 Nights to Rock.
7 Nights to Rock.
I love that song.
Yeah. Truck Drivers Blues, I'll Keep Loving You. He had a really great sound,
Yeah.
the country western sound and sort of the big band sound in a small band with a piano.
Yeah.
He was a member of the Grand Ole Opry also in 1951. So happy birthday to him. Also, we have this week, born March 30th, 1945, Eric Patrick Clapton, American English rock and blues guitarist, singer, songwriter, one of the most successful and influential guitarists of rock music and blues, I should say. He was ranked in Rolling Stone's list of 100 greatest guitarists of all time. You know his music. I know his music.
Yeah.
It's all great stuff.
Absolutely.
Check, if you're looking for something different to listen to, check him out. Let's go in a different direction in music style here. Born March 31st, 1935, was Herb Alpert, American
88.
trumpet player and band leader of the Tijuana Brass in the 1960s.
Right. He's 88 today.
He is 88 today. He's still alive too. I'm not sure if he's playing at all, but
Yeah, he's still playing.
he is. That's amazing. That's amazing. So and I say this to any person in any style of music out there: if you're into your 70s and 80s and still playing music, God bless you. You're awesome.
Yeah.
He had 14 platinum albums, 15 gold albums. Wow, number one on the U.S. Billboard's Hot 100 charts. A lot of great music from him, Herb Alpert. Let's see. We also go into April 1st, 1927. Amos Milburn, I should say.
Yeah.
American R&B, jump blues pianist and singer, popular in the 1940s and 50s. His "Down the Road" a piece is one of his famous tunes. A lot of people have done covers of that. Born in Houston, Texas, too. And that's all I got. And a little quick shout out to on May 27th is World Theater Day. And most of you know I work in the theater industry in Maine and other parts of New England sometimes. And go out and see a show at a theater.
Pete, let me ask you a question. You mentioned Janice Martin, right? You said
Yes.
call her the female Elvis.
Yeah.
Did she ever cut Heartbreak Hotel?
A version of it?
Yeah.
Let me see if
The reason why I asked, because I heard a female version of Heartbreak Hotel that I loved. When I heard it, I never got the name, and I was trying to track that down, and I couldn't find it anywhere.
Give me a second here, and
I thought it was. I don't like cover records too much. I'm not a big fan of cover records, but I like the way she did her version, and she had the style like Elvis Presley.
yes, that's why they called her the female Elvis.
Well, I'm going to certainly look this up.
I'm going to look it up right now too.
Yeah, but it was. While you're looking it up, I have birthdays too. I have actor Ewan McGregor. I think his name is actor Ewan McGregor. Ewan McGregor, 52 years old today.
Mm-hmm.
Actor Ed Mariano. Oh, Ed Mariano. Ed Mariano played on one of the detective shows. I think he might have been on. I can't think of that show that used to come on in the 70s or the 80s. Hill Street Blues. I think he was on that. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. Actress Rhea Perlman, who was on Cheers. She's 75 today. David Eisenhower grandson. David Eisenhower's the son. He's the grandson of President Dwight Eisenhower, 75 today. American politician Al Gore, 75. The late Al Goodman of Ray Goodman and Brown, the R&B group, he would have been 76. He passed away. Gabe Kaplan, he was the teacher of the Sweat Hogs, right? Remember him? On Welcome Back, Kotter. He's 78 years old today. Shirley Jones is 89. Richard Chamberlain, who used to play Dr. Kildare, is 89 as well. And the following people are no longer with us. Actor Lee Patterson, who played Jack the Ripper back in the 50s, he would have been 94. Patrick McGeehan, who used to play on the Avengers back in the 60s, he would have been 101 years old. Ted Post, comedian, actor, he would have been 105. And finally, jazz musician Red Norvo, he played the xylophones. He would have been 115 years old. And those are the birthdays that we have today. And Pete?
I found something. It was someone had filmed Janice Martin recording Heartbreak Hotel sometime in the 1980s at a live show, or playing, or at least playing it.
Okay.
So I don't know. I still haven't found out if she had actually recorded that.
I'm going to go on YouTube and see if I can track it, because everything you can find anything on YouTube.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Oh, okay.
Frank, and that's what I found. Here's something interesting.
Yeah.
For another time, but Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash impersonating each other. Okay.
Okay, what about your
that
show?
Should be interesting. So my radio show, let me bring it up here. I'm on WMPG radio most every other Tuesday night. Sometimes I swap around, 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time in the USA and Canada. Tune in at WMPG.org. My radio airwave show is changing again. So as soon as I get that schedule straightened out, I'll let everyone know. But if you follow me on Twitter, is my Twitter handle, Pete DJ PJ. I post all my radio shows there and how you can tune into them also.
Okay. Well, keep us informed of that. Okay. Hey, listen, I'm glad you're back from the dead. It didn't hurt too much, did it?
No. Everything's good.
That reminds me, that reminds me, I have an appointment with my dentist on Monday.
Yeah.
So don't feel so all alone. Yeah.
Oh, no. Hey, it's always good to get checked on stuff to make sure
Absolutely.
you're going to be good.
Plus, I want to keep my pearly whites, looking good, So
I don't know if they can do anything about hair, but I know I'm getting a little bald in the back myself. Yeah.
Well, listen, don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's good. It's classic.
Yeah, it's a classic. I blame my baldness on my father.
Yeah.
How dare you? And when I was a kid, I used to have a full head of hair.
Oh, I did too. When I would wear a hat all the time.
Yeah.
Grown-ups would say, you're going to lose your hair.
Yeah, that's
okay. And so I still got it. Look. Yeah,
you still have it. You have more than I do.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to bald in the back, but whatever. It's part of life.
Yeah. Well, look, we're men of distinction. That's where that comes from. And look at it another way. You get bald, you get gray. Now, when people talk about my gray hair, I say I earned them. Those are my stripes. Mm-hmm. I've been around. I've been around the block, so I earned these. Pete, thanks a lot.
Frank, anytime. And shout out to Brian and everybody out there watching today. And have a good day, a good weekend. We'll see you next time.
You take care of yourself. That's DJ Pete, ladies and gentlemen. And he's here with the great information about entertainment and reciting, as you already saw or already heard, all of that information from the world of entertainment and reciting all of those birthdays of people of notoriety. And of course, I gave you some of the birthdays I had. And if you're celebrating a birthday at any time, we want to wish you a happy birthday and God bless and all the best to you. If you want to get in touch with me personally, here's how you can do it. I have two sources. I have an email address and a telephone number. And let me give you my email address first. It's frankallanprod@aol.com. Be sure to spell Allan, A-L-L-A-N. Prod is P-R-O-D. That stands for productions. That's frankallanprod@aol.com. That's Frank Allen Prod at AOL.com. Or you can call me at 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. If you have any questions about the show, or if you have any ideas you want to help us implement in the show, give us some ideas. We're always open to that. We're always open to that. We listen to you, and because it's your show too. So again, email address is frankallenprod at AOL.com. That's frankallenprod at AOL.com. Or the telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. In other news, ladies and gentlemen, the big news, have you already heard about it, of course, right? You've heard about it, that the New York grand jury voted 345/666 Beast Incarnate, as Donald Trump. They voted to indict him. So that's official. It's official. It's all over the news. You hear about it. It'll be all over the news all day today, tomorrow. And of course, the latest news I got today that I couldn't unveil last night because we really didn't know is that he is supposed to be turning himself in on Tuesday at 2:15 p.m. Eastern. And so New York City, in that area where that courtroom is going to be, that courthouse, it's going to be a circus around there with media and possibly protesters, but the police are gearing up for any kind of possibility. So that's the latest that we have right now. But still, we do not know what he's being indicted for. That's still sealed until the judge decide to unseal it. And we may not know that for a few days. So brace yourself, because this may be a long, bumpy ride for all of us, okay? Okay, it's time for me to give you all of those great birthdays. I get birthdays, right? I did that already. It's time for me to give you the movies of the week. And I have a lot of them, so I want to get them going right now for you. We're going to start back to 1955. Here's a film that I like so much. I watch it 100 times, never get tired of it. Back in 1955, A Man with the Golden Arm, starring Frank Sinatra, Eleanor Parker, and Kim Novak, which you can catch on Friday. That's tonight at 4:45 p.m. Eastern on Turner Classic Movie. There's Psycho with Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh from 1960. That's also tonight, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Poltergeist from 1982, starring Craig T. Nelson and Joe Beth Williams, Turner Classic Movies, but that's Saturday, but that's midnight, right? You could stay up and watch all of these. If you don't get a chance to watch all of these in real time, you could always DVR them. So that's 12 midnight, 12 early morning, Saturday morning, 12 midnight tonight, or Saturday morning, whatever you prefer. That's AM, that's Eastern, 12 midnight Eastern. Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, starring Betty Davis and Joan Crawford from 1962. It's Saturday, also at 2 a.m. This is overnight stuff. All of the movies from the Macabre is being overnight, and that's 2 a.m. Eastern. Bride of Frankenstein, 1935, Boris Karloff and Elsa Lanchester, and that's on Turner Classic Movies, a Saturday at 4:15 a.m. Eastern. Here's something nice if you like musicals and if you like parts of movies that are non-talky. Here's The Jazz Singer from 1927 with Al Jolson. That's Turner Classic Movie. That's Sunday at 1:15 a.m. And Little Caesar from 1930 with Edward G. Robinson, Turner Classic Movie, Sunday at 6:30 a.m. Eastern. Key Largo from 1948, Humphrey Bogart, Edward G. Robinson, and Lauren Bacall. That's on Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern on Turner Classic Movies. And finally, Public Enemy from 1931, James Cagney. That's on Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. All of these movies you can check out, and you can go to Turner Classic Movies as well and check out movies that I probably did not mention. Not because I don't like them, maybe it's because these are only my picks, but they may be other movies that you may like and to enjoy. So I hope you do enjoy that. But in the meantime, I've got to get out of here. I am going home. And I'm getting my weekend. My weekend starts right now. So ladies and gentlemen, join me back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Talk Back Live. Frank Allan, will be here along with Brian Camp with sports. And of course, I hope that you will be here too. But other than that, I will be back here next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the Coffee Hour. Brian Camp for the 2020 feature, him after 20 past the hour with sports, DJ 22 the hour with entertainment news and reciting all of those birthdays of people of notoriety. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and I will catch you back here soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allan. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.